Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and for those who are unaware, QuakeCon is currently ongoing, and QuakeCon is a yearly celebration by Bethesda, usually revolving around id titles like Doom and Rage as of late, alongside, of course, Quake Champions, but we've seen Bethesda Game Studios start getting involved and making little announcements there themselves. Last year we saw the entire perk system get announced for Fallout 76, and this year we got the Summer 2019 DLC roadmap, and a lot of it features PvP content and quality of life updates, but there is one significant mode I would like to talk about, so we're going to take a look at the entire schedule. I'll go through it piece by piece in order of how it's releasing, so let's get started. Right away we see that it's available now for those who are once again unaware. Bethesda's Nuclear Winter mode, which is their take on Battle Royale in Fallout 76, and it is currently the most polished and personally for me enjoyable part of their product, which is something I never in a million years ever expected to be saying, but look, I think it's true. It is a good time. I do not play it as much nowadays, but I did play it a lot when it first came out because it was really fun and the map was great, which is good news for me later on in this video. Now, starting off on August 1st, we have a new seasonal Meat Week event. A new seasonal event to celebrate the heat of summer with everyone's favorite super mutant Graham and his best pal Chally the Moo Moo. Play and earn legendary script and earn other summer themed items. So we originally had the Fosnock Parade where we got unique event items, and I really like that because it's always fun getting that limited time loot to just say, hey, I was there during this, especially when a game's in the process of trying to turn around, because it becomes a symbol of your dedication to the title. I see a lot of players like that in, for example, Elder Scrolls Online with these cool pets and seasonal items following them around. It's like, man, I wish I was playing back then. So I think Fallout 76 is going for that, but also something that can engage their player base. Now, hopefully I have better luck this time around. When I did the Fosnock Parade, I got every mask I didn't want, and eventually I just gave up because I didn't want to grind. So hopefully the seasonal Meat Week event gives me the best type of meat. Anyway, next after that is on August 13th, a new Nuclear Winter feature is coming. Choose your perks. Duplicate perk cards award Overseer tickets, allowing you to unlock perks of your choosing. So this may seem like a minor thing, but what happened in Nuclear Winter is a lot of the progression got stagnated because it felt like you were always getting duplicate perk cards, so you were just kind of playing for the sake of enjoying the mode. And a lot of what made that mode special, which was getting new perk cards, trying out new combinations, and messing around with your build, became something that didn't matter as much as you continuously sank time in. But now, since we're going to be able to use these duplicate perk cards to select new perks, this makes the mode a lot more fun. Now, that's going to be a pretty big gap between anything significant because we have that one event and then we have a little quality of life enhancement, and it's not really until August 20th that we get hit with something substantial. For starters, there is the new camp items, which is display cases. Show off your hard-earned loot with new display cases for your camp. This is obviously going to be great for everybody who's hunted down the additional bobbleheads and held onto them and didn't use them as buffs, or hunted down all the magazines for the trophy that will continue to elude me as I gradually sink time into this game. But more notably, and the biggest part I'd say of this entire update, is the new 4-player Vault raids, which we did predict when we saw the initial reveal for Fallout 76's 2019 roadmap. Starting August 20th, you'll have Vault 94 Mission 1, 3 rotation. Explore a new vault and uncover Vault Tech's experiment to see what happens when a society's ideal becomes reality. Earn unique social rewards and armor recipes with a legendary set bonus, and play a different mission in rotation each week. So I kind of like, at least on paper, based off my imagination a little bit here too, how this is laid out, where pretty much it's encouraging you to return to this mission multiple times for about, I guess, 3 weeks, since it says 3 rotation, to get different parts of this armor set. I think this is really cool that they're going to have a legendary set bonus too to reward you for doing the whole raid. I'm curious how long it'll be. Obviously, Destiny sort of set the standard for raids as far as I was aware, but now we're going to see Fallout 76 take a crack at it. This can be very fun, I feel. I think it could surprise a lot of people. It could sneak up on them, and it's not long we're going to have to wait for it. August 20th, but to me, that's the most significant thing out of anything mentioned on this entire roadmap. But I am excited for it, and we did kind of predict when we were going over the whole 2019 DLC roadmap and looking at the little icons there that summer seemed to be a very short time for them, and that it seemed like the beginning with Wild Appalachia and the end with presumably what we thought would be human NPCs would be something that would be more significant, and it seems to be the very case. Later on, we get updates in September, no specific dates though. For starters, we have event system improvements, updates based on community feedback to reclassify favorite multiplayer events as public events, featuring new performance-based rewards, free fast travel to event locations, more informative event previews on the map, and more. Very smart to make the fast travel to it free to get you involved. I like the idea of performance-based to some extent because I think it's good for players to be rewarded for how much they participate in the event. You can't just stand there and then reap all the same rewards as someone who was playing the entire thing for you. But on the other hand, sometimes you arrive a little bit late, you don't know how in progress said event is, so do you receive a less than reward just because you noticed it a little bit later than other people? It'll be interesting to see how all of that pans out. And I also think more information, that's something that never crossed my mind but would be incredibly useful for Fallout 76. Next is new Purveyor Offerings. September brings legendary vendor sales. Save your script with new discounts and offerings from the Purveyor with a unique deal offered through each weekend. So I think this could actually be cool if they continue this from here on out and make each weekend special items or special sales, because what happens is during the week you grind, you save up that script, and a lot of these events and stuff that we've looked into will provide said script because we're going to be cycling out those legendary weapons and also earning them through completing quests. And then once the weekend hits, we can go ahead and bring it to the Purveyor and get brand new items. So that'll be awesome. But for me, my favorite part of this whole thing is definitely the new nuclear winter map and quality of life improvements. New storms are brewing all over Appalachia. Return to face off with your fellow dwellers in an all new map. For those who do not play a lot of Fallout 76, what you're seeing in the background in that image is Vault-Tec University. Now here in the map is where the first map for Nuclear Winter took place. And so if you move a little bit east, I did find the Vault-Tec University, and my assumption is it would bring us into Grafton a little bit. Now this is just a personal guess of mine, but I feel it would bring a little more variety compared to the more forest-like environment that we crawled through in the first map. But man, I'm excited about this because A, it's coming a little bit sooner than I expected, but number two is that what I noticed while playing the BR mode for Fallout 76 is that this map was ripe for map variety and could do something that not a lot of BR games could do, which is provide continuous map updates and switch it up for people, because we still have, if they're going to Vault-Tec University, there's still so many different parts of the map that offer way more environmental variety than this. I mean, I really hope we move up to the top right corner of the map. I believe that's where the mire is. I think that would be really neat. There's still the bottom right corner, which is like a cityscape. I don't know how the performance would be there, but nonetheless, really excited to see them doing exactly what we expected, carving up different parts of the map, turning them into maps for Nuclear Winter's mode, because that was one of the strengths of Nuclear Winter on its own. It had a really strong map. But anyway, as you guys can see, pretty slow for Fallout 76's summer DLC roadmap. What this really does tell us, considering that the updates finished in September, my prediction was not that we would get the Wastelanders update in September, but it completely rules it out now, meaning that sometime in October or November. I'm predicting October because Doom Eternal does come out in November, and I think this is Bethesda's very big holiday title, and they really want all focus on it. I'm not saying that 76 is going to detract from it, but you want that to be your main thing. You want everyone to be focusing on that because they're going all in on this game, and it looks fantastic from what I've heard from QuakeCon. But still, ladies and gentlemen, I'd expect a Wastelanders update at that point in time. If it comes out in December, I'd be very shocked, but it's going to be sometime after September. That's what this roadmap also confirms for us. So buckle in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a somewhat slow month. I will be streaming the new event, and I will stream the new raid and the Nuclear Winter map, but it's not going to be like Wild Appalachia, I feel, based off all this content, where I can do my intermittent reviews as often as I did for Wild Appalachia, because it's not always continuous quest content and filling out the map. It seems like this is more so rounding out the Nuclear Winter mode, providing raids, seeing how that goes, adding a new map. And I'm actually very happy to see how little is here. And that may sound very weird. I know it does. But I want them to go all in, put all their chips on the table for Wastelanders. I want them to nail this because That's what they have to get right, okay? This type of stuff I feel can wait, and it seems like they're not overcommitting to anything here, which is very, very smart. You're bringing a new map, you're bringing some quality of life enhancements, a sale, display cases, a raid, and a weekly event. Good. Keep it safe, keep it minimal, and keep your attention on the thing that you guys know will bring in a ton of people to your game, because they say that's the second year of Fallout 76. It's going to be all about the human NPCs and them coming back to the Wasteland, and that was a part of their whole plan. So stick to that game plan and make sure that part works, because that's the part that people wanted in the first place with your games. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Fallout 76 Summer 2019 DLC roadmap and my thoughts on it. I'd love to hear yours now, so be sure to fire away in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content I create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.